how'd you prepare to face this elite defensive line or a defensive end? How do you, what is your like? What do you look at when you were watching film when you were playing? Are you looking at scheme? Are you looking at individuals? Break us down with that. How your prep process
When it came
was.
to tape, really as a young player, it was really about studying habitual movements. I
Yeah.
mean, so for me, I was a big, I grew up playing basketball. I didn't play football really until high school. And so I was always thinking of myself as I'm a power forward and somebody's trying to go dunk a basketball. And how do I keep my body in front of them? How would I prepare for the things they like to do? So I looked at pass rushers, whether it be a James Harrison or a Terrell Suggs or a Dwight Freeney, early in my career. As it went on, the Von Millers and Khalil Macks, and then now the Nick Bosa's and Miles Garrett's. I'm studying the pattern of how they really move, and I want to learn their steps and how their body moves, and on what step they like to come off with certain moves, and
What's their go-to
oh
move?
man, and how their hips and knees, and like what are little tells? Like, is their hand really high on a spin? Does their inside lift? Does their outside go down? Do they carry their hands really low before they bull? Do they keep their hands high when they're going to hand swat? Like, I'm studying all those movements to where my mentality is it's, you see at the combine they do this like drill where you like shadow a guy, like kick your feet and try to keep up with them. My mentality was I should be making that step before you ever make it because I should know what you're going to do before you do it. And so I would go out. And I remember Jared Goff when I first got to the Rams, like being a young QB, like, Jerry, if you know Jared, like just kind of numb nuts sometimes. He's like just kind of sitting over there, like, hey, what you doing, man? And I would be out there like repping Chandler Jones's moves. And he's like, why are you doing Chandler Jones moves? I'm like, if I can do them and kind of have a feel for him, then like while he's rushing me, I kind of in my body, even though you don't see me on tape doing that, I'm kind of going through the motions of how he's moving while I'm taking my set to where I kind of know exactly when, like, he's gonna hit me,
Yeah.
or oh, he's gonna pull away, and so I pull away. Like, so it's like I'm kind of studying and learning their moves and trying to move when they move.
And that's what
It's a dance, baby.
it
It's a
is.
dance.
It's very similar for a receiver when he's preparing against defensive, a DB. Is his feet stagger when he's going to give you an offhand
Yeah.
jam? It's all those little things that you sit and you watch, so you subconsciously digest it, and it allows you to react when you're playing.
Yeah, I think Coop always told me this, like, and it made me think of like him being the rusher, like, kind of being able to like, what foot is it that little it's like,
Yeah,
it's not always off of two, it's not always off of three. Like sometimes it's one more, and then it's the same move to where in their minds they click, oh, it's this route, and then I actually do it off of this step, that type of stuff. And I always thought of like, man, that's the guys that could get me or were different. Like I've talked to a lot of veteran tackles, Trent Williams, all those guys. We always joke like when the guy comes off the bench that we don't know, that's like a nightmare.
yeah,
Because I would rather face Nick Bosa every play than like, wait, who's this guy? Like, who is this kid? Like,
yeah.
is he fast? Is he slow? Is he powerful? Like, those are the guys that actually made you nervous because I don't know his exact pattern. And that would scare me more than like a guy that at least I know what I'm going to get.
Yeah. That's right there, folks. That's offensive line talk
600,
right
baby.
there.
Yeah, that's not 200. No, 300. That's class level. That's way up there. 600 class level right
What
there.
does that even mean?
Yeah, well, like you go to well, did you go to
You didn't
school?
go to class in
I
college.
went to
You might
Kent
not have
State,
gone to school.
Bubs.
So 100, 200, 300, that's like your basic level classes. This is like class
Oh,
level
senior
5,
year, baby.
600,
Can't
baby.
read, can't write, can't stay,
Okay. It's
baby.
advanced. Yeah, you're
So
good.
to add on that, how do you think like if you like put yourself across the line of scrimmage, how do you think defensive ends are looking at your tape? Like what things are they queuing in on you, or how do they think they prepare against someone like you?
Honestly, I think most of them just know that you're number 77. But no, but there's a couple guys that probably study more than that. I mean, AD is literally like, that's 73, and I'm gonna annihilate this guy. But I think like probably when you're talking about the really elite guys, they're thinking of how they could maybe adjust things a little bit. But the nature of what they do, and I've gotten a chance in the last 2 years to work with young rushers and stuff like that. Like last year, it was publicized a lot that Mike and I worked together for a week, and it's those guys, you got to remember, they have to get to the quarterback. And this is the other thing I teach young linemen that want to know. I'm like, you do realize it's their job to get to the quarterback, not my job. So as long as we can dance and you want to dance, fantastic. Show me a guy that's got a ton of moves. That's awesome because I am going to just keep giving you nothing and you're going to keep doing moves and the ball's going to be gone. And then you're going to tell me about how cool your move was. And I'm going to be like, great. I get paid so that you don't hit that guy. Other than that, like, great. You can have a lot of awesome moves and you can be like, oh man, I kind of got you at the end. Cool. So that's my thing is those guys that they have limited time to get there. So they kind of have their way they rush. And so when you're talking to those guys, to me, I always tell them like, don't waste time. Like attack, be violent, get to the quarterback. And then you got to just trust the moves you have. As a tackle, though, on the other side of it, it's be patient, be calm, be under control, and really just be ready for the moment they actually attack. So it's two-sided, really. If you want to be really good at it, it's the two things. Like for the one side, it's patience and stability and balance. And on the other side, it's attacking at all times with a relentless effort and really a violent mentality to get to the quarterback. And so it's really, to me, that's the difference of the two positions is that they can watch tape, but it's more just for them. Do you punch a lot or do you not punch a lot? Like me, I never, ever stuck my arms out. I mean, um, I looked at it like in basketball. Again, I go back to this, like if I'm reaching, I'm dead, right? You reach, your feet stop, you're dead.
It gives him leverage to hit
So
me
I'm
too.
never reaching, right? So the only time I'd ever reach is a guy who I knew was really terrible at speed. If he had no speed, now I'll grab you because I know that like even if you got my hands, I'll be okay.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you grow?
Sorry, I know this is
No,
turned
no,
into
this is-
O-Line
no.
101,
The-
but
No, this is what we
People
we
love this.
love craft. We
Yeah,
love the
come
game.
on,
We
let's
go
go.
deep in this stuff.